All right. Welcome back, all of you and anyone watching, to Rise of the Runelords. We have made it to session 24. In the previous session, you ventured out of Sandpoint after taking a couple patrols and collecting a few, one artifact in particular. Ver's fantastic sword.
Yay!
And discussed what you may do next. But hearing about the other murders that had happened within recent times, were given information that a living witness of the murders, seemingly, graced Sevilla, is known to be at Habe's Sanatorium, and with a note written by Baylor, you all began to head out on your horses and cage, where, as you were rounding some of the foothills of the Devil's Platter, a couple of boars chased a couple of goblins right towards you. And while you seemed relatively willing to allow the goblins to escape, unfortunately they were incapable and were gored. So you had to deal with the boars yourselves, and Dedrin almost, sorta, maybe took out his weapon, but it was handled.
Yeah. No, boss, don't shoot. I'll take care of these.
Afterwards, you made your way to the murder site, Bradley Barn, where a few things of note were. One being bare footprints all the way to the Cougar Creek. Some ropes tied up to one of the posts inside of the farm, and a lot of blood in the hay on the ground. And with that, I will bring everyone back here. And I will play the correct ambience. Bam. So this would have been right after you had concluded your Bradley Farm investigation, and that is where I leave you.
All right, so then will we be on our way to the institute, the asylum, or whatever?
Sanatorium?
That thing.
Yes, unless you have any other business.
I think we can probably start making way, unless someone else has something they want to do here.
Nope. So we're basically just right. Oh, we're at the. Yeah, we investigated the murder scene last session. Okay, I got it. So yeah, now we're headed off to the sanatorium for sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that'll take admittedly not even that much time. It didn't take you too long to get here. But as you set off down the more footpath and made there by more cattle than people making a road, Cece thinks about what kind of potential rituals would require a almost 2-day cycle of murders. And thinks really hard to herself and is able to determine that while yes, there are absolutely some vile rituals in the world that require sacrifices. None of them that are within her memory would be completed on a 2-day cycle. Usually even the longest of rituals that she has heard of, and even those are tangential as these are quite closely guarded secrets. Only about a day in length for the entire ritual to be completed. So, Cece, you are unaware of any ritual that requires a cyclic day or 2-day spread of murders.
All right. I do make sure to share that with the party. It's looking probably a little disgruntled while riding behind Vare, and she just kind of like puts her forehead against his back and just kind of lets out a sigh. Thought I had something, but I guess not.
What is it, Princess?
I was thinking maybe it was a ritual of some kind, just a rare thing that requires maybe a couple days to do it, or involves some form of a string of continuous murders, and nothing's come to me. Thought I had something.
Well, it seems like these Thessalonians have something to do with it. So maybe it's not a ritual, but some sort of sermon.
A sermon?
Railing against the perversion of the virtues.
With that being said, does that trigger anything?
No, unfortunately. You came to Sandpoint already knowing next to nothing about Thassalon, and if this is a ritual and if it is related to Thassalon, you are unsure in what ways.
Okay.
It rather sounds like one of the one of the clerics that would come out to the farm where I was indentured, where I was a slave. He would scream about sin and take people's money and leave. You know?
That sounds like false profiteering. I wouldn't really put too much weight on that, but
Well, it just reminds me a little bit of what they would say. They would make everybody feel really guilty about everything.
a very, very, very valid point. I'll give that more thought. Hopefully
Right,
this guy maybe saw who did the magic. Guess I'm not entirely convinced that he's gonna be that much of use to us. I'm not sure though.
Well, the sages say that there's much wisdom in insanity, but who knows if they're lying to make a profit themselves.
Traditionally, everyone's out to make a profit in one point or another, but you definitely hold some valid truths. There's no doubt about that. I didn't realize you were so wise.
Well, you know. I just look at the world a certain way, I suppose.
Be very interesting to see what the world looks like through your eyes.
Yeah. Suppose.
Not entirely recommended that you feel the same.
He shifts in his saddle a little bit uncomfortably. But yeah, he seems to comfortable back down, and we ride on.
All right. Oh, excuse me. So you have your nice conversation, and then everyone with sight to make me a perception check as you are heading along these trails.
I love that you have to specify that.
That's fired.
Three.
Casey
Oh,
doesn't
nice.
see a thing.
Hey,
Wow.
Oh my god, I beat Artanis. How did that ever
you
happen?
matched.
Oh, right.
He and he bird.
Extras. I forgot the extra. But I rolled a natural damn 20, so.
Yeah. All right. That's definitely good enough to see that blowing in from ahead of you is what looks to be a sheet of clouds, and they don't look particularly stormy. At least they don't look like they are storming on whatever far off place they are currently at. But it looks like the clouds are building in the distance, and they are slowly but surely heading this way.
Storm coming in.
And the clouds are, like, I'm guessing up high rather than, like, at our level?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it's not like some mysteriousness that's just gonna eat us.
no, they look much like natural stratus clouds.
Got it. Okay.
I think stratus is the right kind.
I think stratus is like the thin ones, but
I think those are cirrus.
are they?
Cumulonimbus. I don't know
Okay.
if that's right, but I just wanted to say cumulonimbus.
It's the fluffy ones, I'm guessing.
How many times in a conversation can you say cumulonimbus?
Yeah, I think stratus is the sheet, because cumulus are the cauliflower, and cirrus, or Yeah, Sirius are the little lions.
Got it.
Stratus,
Okay.
I'm right. I'm right. With my
Uh,
rudimentary cloud knowledge.
All hail Dieter and his rightness.
No thanks. I'll pass. Anyway,
well, if that's the
Very
case,
well.
I'm
Very
gonna
fair.
post up a tarp over myself, and yeah, everyone else can get wet.
just interlace a blanket into the top of your cage.
Basically, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's see. It took about 2 hours on foot to get to Thistletop, so it'll take maybe an hour with horses if you're like giving them some juice. I don't have an organic term for juice. Anyway,
Give my horse steroids.
anyway, you pass by 2 farms on your way. They seem to be functioning as normal, even if there is a murder at the Bradley farm. You can't just stop your harvests, and so the hardy folk get to their work, and you make your final round on the trail as the road before you starts to be on a slight incline, and you begin making your way up the Ashen Rise. Well, at least up part of it. All the way to a 3-story building. It is made of limestone, and you can see painted white, and it looks pretty freshly painted. It doesn't look like there's much decay or time set in, or perhaps the upkeep is very nice, but you find yourselves outside of the building, and what would you like to do?
Well, is there a place I can tie Hope up?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be a reasonable enough place to tie her up.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'll actually put out my arm so that CC can grab it and let her drop to the ground onto her feet, and then I will unhorse and tie her up.
Wee, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And give her a scratch on the ear and a carrot. And
I'm sure CC appreciates that.
I love
the
carrots.
horse.
Aw.
I'm kidding. Though, I don't know, maybe CC likes carrots. I hear they're good for vision.
Oh, but need to eat more carrots. That's
Right.
what's going on.
That's actually a full-blown myth that was started due
Oh, yeah.
to the military.
That's right.
World War II propaganda, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, it seems like you are
Good for
within-
fiber, though.
approaching reasonable approaching distance, so I will hand it off to you, and hopefully you guys can see the right thing. You should be.
Stairs here.
Ah, yes, some stairs.
and some lines
Mm.
on the outside.
Hmm.
Are those plants or just
It is map hashing that is just there.
fair? Fair. All right,
Very
so
fair.
yep. So in we go then.
Yeah, I'll put the cart somewhere, grab Artanis, and walk in it.
Is it starting to smell like it's gonna rain? Is it that like deep, that deep smell just before it rains?
Give me a perception check. And imprecise, I think, is a -4. So perception -4.
Holy crap!
18.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, wow, indeed.
You've been paying attention, and the rest, the rest have noticed that there are clouds rolling in. So you've been doing your part, and every once in a while, your partners catch you pretty much taking a sniff, and no, you can't say that you smell any petrichor.
Okay.
I will
Yes,
say
of course
it
I
would
know
be-
that word.
It would be appropriate for a rainstorm to hit while we're at a sanatorium.
Right.
Well, no rain so far, but the clouds have made it to you and past. You are watching behind you. Well, not CC. You are watching behind you the blue skies get overtaken. I'm always gonna enjoy making those jokes. Sorry, CC.
It's okay. I enjoy them too. That's why I do it.
As you approach, especially CC paying attention to the smells, as you approach, you notice that there is a somewhat sour smell of burning incense. It seems to permeate this entire area.
Great. Not only is it creepy, but it's stinky to boot.
And for those of you who, once again, can see, all of the windows, except for maybe a few, are no more than 4 inches wide.
Is this a door, like an entrance door?
That is a door.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go up and knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock, knock.
Cars finally came in there. In cars.
Okay, you knock, and from the other side of the door, nothing happens.
This is a horror movie moment. Can I try the handle and see if it's, the door's been open the entire time?
Well, if you do move your hand towards the latch, you would notice that it is properly shut. But if you would like to try, you would find a open and unlocked door. Well, not an open because you opened it, but an unlocked
I'll be
door.
right back.
And inside, so what looks like a little reception area. There's a desk in there, and then I didn't make them, but 3 chairs, 2 on your side and 1 on the opposite side. A cord hangs from a hole in the southern wall, below which a sign reads, "Ring for service."
Bring a ding ding.
Okay.
While they're
Uh,
ringing, dinging,
yeah.
dinging, can I cast detect magic? Like as we're walking in?
sure. Which direction are you ringing? Or not ringing, casting?
I'm casting it forward. So like as I'm walking in, it's going this way. Then
Okay.
as I turn to face, it'll go into that room.
Okay. So, 60-foot cone this direction, followed by this direction.
Yes,
Okay.
that is correct.
As you concentrate while you are walking, and this makes walking even more difficult for you, but you slowly walk your way up, I imagine 5 feet at a time, if it were like rounds.
Yes.
Pretty much. And concentrate around, and there doesn't seem to be any magical presence. Dedrin, pretty much anyone, will hear some chimes of bells, and it sounds like there are 3 bells. And I will...
So the blue things are windows, yes?
yes, the blue things are windows.
On height on our level.
Yes, you would be able to look through. I can give you.
I'd actually like to look through that window there.
Cool.
Sure.
Since I'm watching Dedrin's back.
Right.
Bro.
Yep.
Okay. You take a look in here, and admittedly, there is not a lot of light, but there also is not, you do have dark vision. So, I will say with your small field of view with this, collecting any and every angle that you can, you take a peek in there and you see a what looks like a corner of a bed. It just looks like a small room for you. Or to you, I should say. About a minute passes, and you hear some footsteps on the other side of the door to your south, Dedrin.
Okay.
I'll get to it.
I got an itchy trigger finger. I shoot it. No.
Okay. The door opens, and on the other side, yeah, that's good. Is a man, crazy,
That man.
with robes around him.
Looks like he belongs in Harry Potter.
Right.
Actually, yeah.
Does he have a face on the back of his head?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Well, you're not looking.
Dun dun dun.
My Harry Potter senses are tingling.
Dude, I have Quarrel's Pop Funko. I got it at New York Comic Con a few years ago, and it has a removable turban with Voldemort's face.
Nice.
That's amazing.
All right.
Well, as he as he opens the door, he looks at all of you, and kind of gets a bit of a shocked look as there is a group of people.
Cramped in there.
Yeah, and he looks at you all and just says, unless you are delivering someone to live here, I can't host anyone. I'm in the middle of some frightfully important work. I cannot be disturbed.
And I would respond with, well, so are we, and we are here on business to speak with one of your patients and hand them the paperwork, yada yada yada, sign here, dotted line here. Very important police work.
Okay, I need you to make a persuasion roll with a +2 for the paper. Or not a persuasion, a diplomacy. I knew it sounded wrong.
Diplomacy.
You better hope that he gets persuaded, because I'm going to go to the intimidation.
I got some decent diplomacy, okay?
Nice. Oh, yes.
22. Wow.
Wonderful.
Okay. 22. Alright, so I am running this off of the influence attitude chart.
I think it is. Don't. I think I figured out. It is just 20. I added a +2 to my miscellaneous.
Oh, okay. So just a 20. However, you do see him lighten up. He, while previously looked as though he was going to close the door again, he doesn't. To put it simply. Especially after reading the note, the signed note from Papa Hemlock. Well, I appreciate your concern, but I am unsure of what you would need to come here for. And continues to stand within the doorway.
Well, we just have a few questions about a possible, or for a possible key witness in a very serious activity, sir. This is important business. We've traveled all this way. Surely you could offer us a few questions.
I'll take another diplomacy check off of you.
Okay.
Come on, you got this.
Same +2.
I sure hope I do. Okay, add that to my miscellaneous.
Nice.
18. All right. Well,
not too bad.
You needed a 14 for that second roll. So, as you say this, the man looks to the side, off to the floor, kind of bites the side of his cheek a little bit, and then nods quickly and looks at you. I do apologize for being a little rude. It just is a rather serious moment. And he holds out his hand. My name is Aaron Habe.
I shall shake his hand. And I will tell him my name, being Dedrin.
I can let you interview Graced, but only for a few minutes.
Okay. Alright.
He walks in here.
And walk in.
And I hope you don't mind, and he knocks on this door, to which another tiefling actually steps out and rubs a bit of sleep out of his eyes. If you would mind staying here with Gortus. Thank you. And
I assume these are tables with seats at them, like where patients would go.
Yeah.
I'll take a seat.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay.
Yeah. I'll sit down and just I guess motion to the others to do the same. If you're a question.
Gordic
Yeah,
sits down and looks across to all of you silently, waking up. And Aaron disappears around the corner.
Is there? Did you say there was chairs?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I look over at the tiefling. Just looking at him.
Gorgeous looks back at you.
Who might you be?
Ortus. I'm an orderly here.
Orderly.
He gives us a place to sleep and doesn't enslave us.
How many of you are there?
Just Gunak, my brother.
So the two of you are here with Abe.
Well, there are patients.
And the patients, of course. Do you have many patients here?
We have a few.
Out of character, the name of the person we were looking for, I was looking for it in the investigation notes, but I couldn't find it.
Graced Sevilla.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add that.
Or Sevilla, but I like Sevilla.
Okay, so this was a guy that saw the other murder, the one that
yeah,
we
the
never
first murder.
investigated. Okay, so he's a witness, is what we're been told, right?
Yes, that is what you've been told.
Okay. So yeah, we're pretty much just trying to see what he saw, is what we're looking for there, Dedrin.
Right. And Pabe just went to go get Sevilla, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice anything strange about Sevilla when the patient arrived?
Gorgeous kind of scrunches his uneven brows. He looked like he was fit to be a patient.
As in, he was just disturbed.
Yes.
I see.
And
I've got nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a man just trying to live.
A couple minutes later, you hear shuffling, slow shuffling down the stairs, and you hear Aaron's voice in a comforting way saying, "It's okay, it's okay. Come on this way." You know, the typical support type sounds. And as they round the corner, there is Aaron at the front, a man in the middle, and another tiefling from behind. The man in the middle is straitjacketed. And as they approach, and the tiefling goes and leans up against the wall over here. Aaron gets graced to sit at the table. This man, from what you can see, which is mostly just neck up because of the straitjacket, his skin is pale and it looks gangrenous. His hair is wild, as if unkempt for who knows how long, though. You, based on the investigation, know it's only been a couple of days. And his eyes are a milky white.
Does this person seem blind?
Well, when you watched him walk in and sit down, he was being directed, but he was also directing himself. So he did get himself to the seat.
Okay.
But anyway, he does look around and at the floor, and as he's being brought up, you can hear him muttering different things about razors, cuts, too many teeth. And as he sits down, he almost begins to sob and gets out, "The skin saw man is coming," and just continues to mutter and mumble, and just look at the ground, or well, I guess at the table.
I'm going to turn to Cece and Dedrin, basically the faces of our group. Cece, I think this person's going to need some emotional support, if you can supply that.
I think we can take him literally.
I think you're muted.
I can certainly try.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my line.
Out of character, I'd
Yeah.
offer to help, but I'm the bad cop. Do we want to bad cop this? Because I can bad cop this, but I'm going to be the bad cop.
I think that's kind of the idea if we can't get him to talk, so.
Well, I mean, he has told us that we're dealing with something terrifying and with too many teeth.
It's called the Skin Saw Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dedrin knows he's a really good cop, but he also valuables just like results. So, what does Dedrin think would be the most the best result here?
I think Dedrin is smart enough to... He likes results. He's the bad cop. But he's also not going to put some extra torture on a fucking sanatorium patient.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could break them more and give us non-valuable information.
Okay.
So send in the good cop. Send in the blind one.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Send in the troll!
The blind one.
Troll in the dungeon. Okay, I'm gonna lead Cece by the hand over to the table.
And I'm gonna stand behind Cece.
This is actually a really good formation, except for Cece being in front.
Right, exactly.
The last time
I mean,
that
like
I
the
was
last
put in front
time.
of somebody who did not end well for me.
Well, you know what? From where I am, I can switch places with you real easy.
Thank God.
I can also...
When we
I
don't
mean-
have our rogue leading our healer out into the middle, stuff like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna introduce ourselves, Grace Sevilla. My name is Artanis. This is Cece. We have some questions we'd like to ask you.
Razors. Oh, they cut so much. If you would like to, you may try to make a diplomacy to garner his attention.
I'm gonna let Cece make that roll, or do I have to make the roll?
I'll chime in and say, yes, hello. My name's AC Stonetide. We're just here to ask you a couple questions. You have a couple moments of your time. We would greatly appreciate that.
Okay. Whichever one of you can go ahead and make a diplomacy and then get a bonus from the other. Bonus equal to 2 or your skill modifier, whichever is higher.
I'll make the roll.
So,
my diplomacy's probably better.
It is. I'll give you the +2.
Okay. So 16 total. That's a bad roll.
16. He simply lowers his head closer to the table and continues to mumble about the Skinsaw Man.
What do we know about this guy before coming here? What was he doing? What's his profession or something?
Wasn't he part of the group? The part of the group that were murdered?
I remember he was the one that was tied up, and the group that was in front of him were all like doing something greed related.
Right.
So I don't know, or at least I don't remember if there was something specific about this guy that we should know.
But man, whatever he's talking about is legit.
Yeah, it's something.
Bonesaw Man.
Teeth and stuff.
Skinsaw Man.
Razors.
Okay, but he doesn't seem very responsive to diplomacy.
From what you can tell, no.
Arjrath will try to speak up. Who is the Skinsaw Man?
Do you, like...
Do you know
Here,
Skinsaw Man?
Do you
He's
step
asking-
up at all?
Yeah.
Alright. So as you step up and, Grace looks up, it seems unresponsive to your voice, but, looks up in his sort of cycle of movement, but, his cycle of movement stops. And he looks into your soul, basically, Karzarath, as his eyes just bulge. And he leans forward and he says, He said you would visit me. His lordship, the one that unmade me, said so. He has a place for you, a precious place. I'm so jealous. He has a message for you. He made me remember it. I hope I haven't forgotten. The master wouldn't approve if I forgot. Let me see. Let me see.
Look out.
The master said that the bodies you are finding are signs and portents that when he's done, you shall be remembered forever, and the misgivings shall be your throne.
Well,
And then his stature shrinks back a bit, the enthusiasm seeming to deplete a lot of energy out of him.
Who is your master?
He falls forward onto the table, and Aaron behind him gets kind of a skeptical look and takes a step back.
He might be dead if he bit his tongue.
well, that
We
was.
should probably check on him.
I will reach forward and find his neck and check his pulse.
Okay. Well, before you can do that, as you are reaching across, a low moan comes out of Sevilla's mouth, and you can see the form shifting inside of the straitjacket. Well, you can't see that, but you can hear rustling. The rest of you can see that. Not shifting in like a werewolf type of way, just like if you were to roll your shoulders around type of way. And the body just shoots up and strains and struggles and rips out of the straitjacket, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Yep, saw that coming. I was even having the hand.
All right. There's loud noises.
Why don't we, I don't know, play this one? What does this one sound like?
That makes sense.
Alright.
No, we already played that one. How about this one? Sure, that works.
I like that one.
Plus 2.
Yeah, I'm just sitting back here because I've been playing Dedrin constantly with the knowledge of, like a detective or whatever and following laws. And I'm just thinking, like, you never want to put your hand towards someone in a straitjacket. They're gonna bite you.
Right?
Would you designate him to a square deeder? Is he in the square behind or the square forward?
Sure. Within technicality, I would put him here.
Okay.
May I please have a initiative so that
Oh, yes, of course.
do a thing with a thing?
Add turn.
Yes. Thank you very much.
What do I need? I need...
Actually, a decent initiative.
I'm gonna get to
one.
shoot someone?
Well, not unless if he can get through me, or you could shoot around him.
I'm
Me.
gonna shoot someone.
Yeah, this checks out.
Whether it's an ally or him, I'm gonna shoot someone. That's just the point I'm getting at, okay? I never said
Fair.
who I was gonna shoot, I said someone.
Gotcha. I'll try and get him in between us then. Fuck it.
I won't shoot you though, because you're the homie.
Right. For
You're
sure.
the mob, bro.
Sure. Right?
Right, of course.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
You're not.
Hey.
Aww.
Oh.
No.
That is a lie.
Okay.
Well, don't worry. I'm still your friend.
Yay!
So
Ooh, I need this too.
Ellie buys you more.
well, no. In my opinion, anything happened to you like that would be evil, and I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, phew. My god.
Okay. Lots of stat blocks. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so ascending. Okay, so I'm gonna have a surprise round for Graced, considering all of you considered him dead, and Cece reached out to him, because of course I am.
I don't know if this helps with my thing at all.
Okay, you are not flat-footed, but
You're also not being attacked.
so if I were to attack you, it would be full AC. But he does scratch across at Cece. So that's a 18 against your flat-footed, Cece.
Are you muted?
Are you trying to find flat-footed?
I am muted.
I mean, I do imagine that it would hit, yes.
Yes, it does hit. Yes, hit. Yes, hit.
Okay. Really? Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. That is 12 slashing damage.
Ouch, kabibble.
I think slashing. No, it would be bludgeoning damage, but, you know. At this low level, it doesn't make too much of a difference.
Okay, that was 12.
Yes, 12.
Got it. Yep. I scream out in pain.
Following such, we would go back to the top of the round where Dedrin, you are first.
Okay. I draw the pepper box. That's something. Is that an action? Was that?
That is a or part of a move action to draw.
Okay. Well, I'll have that be my. I don't plan on moving, so.
Well, yeah, that's fine. It just is incorporated into the move action.
Okay, so yeah, I'll do that. And this guy's in melee, so precise shot would come into effect. I don't take the standard -4 penalty on my attack roll.
Yeah.
Which is good. I take it.
Precise shot for the win. Otherwise, you'd be taking a -4.
Yeah. And that's no bueno.
Muy malo.
What is a... Okay. Can you tell me what a full attack action is and how does one do it?
Sure. A full attack action is a full round action, so it uses up your standard and move. So it's just your whole turn. And it gives you your full base attack bonus, so if you have like a +6, +1, you could get 2 attacks. Or if you have like extra attacks, like with your offhand, if you happen to be carrying 2 swords. So a full attack is just as many attacks as you are capable of making, whereas a standard attack is your highest bonus for one attack.
Okay, so then my next turn, I could make use of Rapid Shot if this guy is still alive.
Yeah. You can initiate a full round action, so you could, quote unquote, get half of your rapid shot done. It's kind of strange, but
Okay.
it still would activate on your next turn.
Alright. I'll just try and shoot him normally.
Okay.
So, Pepperbox Masterwork. I get to shoot someone, or try.
13. That's gonna hit.
Oh my god.
He is just wearing a straitjacket, so.
He is no longer wearing a straitjacket. It is in tatters.
Oh.
But that 8 damage getting ripped right through him, and the rest of you, this is a loud bang,
Ooh.
especially for Cece.
First time it goes off, dude.
Yeah.
Legend. These are moments that are in legends. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so that was both of yours.
Yo, guys, I just shot someone.
Good job. Well done.
I'm happy.
It's a shot
Grace
around
takes the
gill.
shot and stumbles back a little bit, but remains standing, has his arms out ready to attack. Ver.
Question.
Sure.
If I was to try and switch spaces with Cece, would that provoke attacks of opportunity, and are there ways that I could take the attack of opportunity for her?
I think I would allow that. That would be pretty heavy on action economy, but I would allow you to swap places with CC.
And I wouldn't be attacking. This would be my full round.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I think
cool.
I think that is a reasonable thing to do with your turn.
All right. So I will do that.
However, as you defensively shield CC, and I will swap you two around,
Sweet.
no attacks are taken, and his eyes are instead glued on Karzarath, which brings me to his turn, where he is going to strike across the table at you, Karzarath.
Damn, I wish I could have the Sentinel feat.
I love Sentinel.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 23
Yep, that's gonna hit.
for 11 damage.
Ouch.
Unfortunately, that's all he can do on this turn, so Artanis.
Okay. So I'm assuming I'm still authorized with my newspaper. Does this guy look like he's arming up to face us, or is he arming up to face the patient?
Sorry, which guy?
This guy over here.
That guy, no longer surprised. Looks like he is as defensive as he can, and he looks like he's about to move in some capacity, probably defensively, towards Aaron.
Okay, so.
But he doesn't look aggressive to you guys.
He's gonna try to protect Ape. Okay.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Then in that case, I'm gonna move. Would I be able to move by him? He's not gonna injure me, right?
He would let you by, but that still would be 10 feet,
Okay.
or difficult for that square.
Yep, that's fair. And then I'll move here.
So 15.
5. And then I'm gonna actually move here.
Okay, 25. And
Is this guy gonna make a swing at me?
he is not going to make a swing at you.
Okay.
You get there, and he is looking away from you. He is looking towards Karzarath, so you do have flanking.
Okay. I'm gonna to swing at him then.
All right.
And I would like to try to make this non-lethal.
Sure.
Okay.
I guess I'll.
I don't know why it rolled all that. Okay, well that's probably gonna hit.
Well, that'd be a 29. Even if there is the minuses from using non-lethal, that'll definitely work.
Okay.
I guess I'll count up the non-lethal until it matches HP. I think that is reasonable. So 9 non-lethal. Okay. Karzarath, you just got hit and is glaring down, or he is glaring you down.
So I was considering multiple different things to do to this guy. The one I just thought of, I think I'm going to try. Karzarath pulls a piece of glue paper out of his bag, and he's going to slam it into this guy's face.
Okay. I'm gonna call that an improvised combat maneuver. So roll CMB, and because it's improvised, like -2.
CMD?
CMB bonus.
CMB, okay. So base attack, so CMB.
Yep. Okay. You swipe the glue paper towards his face, and he, with his hands free now, swiped away the paper. Roll me a percent chance. Okay. I think I go with low is good, so it lands non-sticky side down. It is not ruined. You may recover it. But unfortunately, that is your standard action. Would you like to do anything for your... Well, I suppose a sort of unsheathing of your glue paper. So that would kind of be your move. Moving on to this guy is going to 5, 10, and then ready a standard action to move with Aaron, who Aaron himself is going to back away, and they sort of back to here and off a little bit, still keeping watch, but ready to, leave if necessary. And this guy, Gordus, is going to withdraw past, so 10, 15, 20, and also guard Aaron. Cece.
Well, that was certainly not fun. So, I will reach forward and I will touch Ver's back and say thank you, and I will cast guidance on him.
All right, +1.
And then I want to shout at the guy, tell us who your master is. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I get to roll that, but I'm trying to get it out of him. Maybe shout it in anger or whatever.
It's a quick thing. I'll let you use your move action for it in this case. Go ahead and diplomacy or intimidation or...
Diplomacy, so I'll say it in a different fashion. Please, just tell us who your master is. It sounds like he knows a lot, and it's somebody we would want to talk to.
Alright.
19.
Man, that is so close to the DC 20.
Yeah.
Dedrin.
Oh, baby. Okay, well, Full attack action is rapid shot, which lets me fire one additional time this round at my highest bonus, but all of my attack rolls take a -2 penalty when using rapid shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I fired twice with a -2.
Yeah.
Okay. You can actually set that up. All right. Well, I'm not gonna set that up now, but two shots -2.
Yeah.
As long as I don't fuck it up.
Oh yes.
Plow plow.
So 15, 21?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely hits. 3 and 8. Straight into him. He takes those hits and it knocks him down a peg, but he's still going. Artanis, you felt the fear a little bit there of having those bullets maybe hit you. Ver.
And just real quick, sorry,
Yeah.
Bear, just 1 second. Pepper box, that's 6, right? So I fired 3. I have 3 more.
It should be.
Sounds right.
Okay.
He's probably
Wait, you
shot
fought-
near
you-
me like
Oh, yeah, you
countless times by now.
Mhm.
3 shots so far.
Yeah.
All right.
I have faith in the straight jacket to tank those bullets.
So, are we murdering this fool? Like, or am I holding? I look back at the boss.
My Dedrin's response would be, listen,
Oops.
this guy turned on us. He's fully attacking us. We eliminate threats to the cause.
All right, and he unhooks his sword and just swings the downward arc. Let's see. This +1. 17.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. $17 damage.
17, okay. As you do this, he collapses onto the ground. And I will stop this.
That's how he collapses. Does that X mean he's dying, or is he like?
Well,
gasping?
he's... You can make a heal check.
Okay.
But from what it looks like, he got hit, he's bleeding, he is on the ground, and he is unconscious.
Are we still in initiative?
No. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I smack my my cane against the ground and I say, "He has information. We still need him alive," and I will stabilize him.
Okay.
You
Stabilized. Aaron steps out and looks down at Grace and just kind of... Oh.
sorry about that.
Did he ever say a name of who his master was? Did he ever give a description? Did he ever give any sort of impression that he actually knows what this man looks like or what his name is? Or woman? Or person?
No, I admit he was quite catatonic the entire time he's been here. I have been studying him. He is was my biggest concern here.
Can I sense motive on that?
Sure.
10. God
10.
damn it.
I would also
Okay.
like to sense motive.
Okay, I'm gonna cap it at 2 people, so go ahead.
Ah!
10. Both of you hear this, and you hear a shift in his demeanor, but it doesn't seem outwardly, like, hostile. You're not entirely sure what this demeanor change means. But it doesn't, at least particularly, sound like he's lying about this.
Do you have any small healing potions?
I do.
Can we tie
Okay.
him up first, Artanis? That just seems like the most proper
I got it,
response
and
to
I
this
lift
situation.
him up. I lift him up off, and I think I've got some rope.
Yeah, we just gotta resuscitate him, and then probably get Parsarath out of the room.
Yeah, okay, so you
Put
lift
him
him
on the
up
table.
Yeah.
I'll put him on this
Okay.
table right here.
and put him on that table. And as you lift him up and, hoist him onto your arms, you hear the escaping moan of current of the lungs getting, crushed in. And as you lay the body down on the table, the moans don't cease, and they become more guttural sounding.
Oh, this man is still making noise.
Okay, so how long does it take for Cape to bring us a healing potion? Because I'm gonna drip feed this guy.
Aaron would come forward and pass off his one of his small orange potions.
Before we bring him back, Dedrin would suggest, I think someone else said this, but Dedrin would double down on Karzarath leaving the room, as we don't want him, his lesson was learned, but we don't want him freaking out again.
Yeah, maybe the ranged people can kind of just peek behind the door.
As you were discussing this, you see movement.
I'm pinned. If he's moving, I'm pinning him down.
That's fine. The movement then becomes more erratic and more spastic, and
Can I roll a heal check on this? Like, is he going into shock? Like,
yes, I would love for you to roll a heal check.
okay. Natural 20 for 28.
28? Well, with a DC of 24, you can tell from the visible descriptors of the others that, Cece, you should step away from this right now, because this is the end stages of ghoul fever. That's a ghoul now.
Oh.
Yeah. And,
Shoot.
I was going to back up anyways.
I shout ghoul
And,
fever, and I just
that
take off
is
until I find a
all
corner.
that you guys can do at this moment, as we are going to go back into initiative.
Are we keeping the same, or re-rolling?
I guess that's up to you guys.
I would like to reroll.
I
I would
like
like
my
to reroll my
20.
6, please.
I quite like my 20.
I'm not too mad at my 18.
I'm mad at my 6.
You guys gotta collectively choose.
All right, so that's 2 votes for keep it as it is.
Well, Karsrath, what was your original?
My original was 1 second. It wasn't too high.
Sorry, guys, but this has to be a group decision.
Well, yeah, I've no problem.
15 was my original initiative.
Okay, I will stay the lowest with the 6. Let's keep your 15.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yep, I was able to get away. I found myself a corner.
Firmly into the cleric position of initiative.
I just shout ghoul and just take off
Ghoul
until I almost
fever!
run into a wall.
I like.
Hold on, let me give him a nameplate.
If she says that, I'm backing off.
Well, I had my newspaper wound up.
Ghoulst Sevilla.
Bad ghoul. Bad ghoul. Smack him with the newspaper.
As she calls ghoul, I draw my rapier.
And I am going to give Sevilla a new initiative because this is not really Sevilla anymore.
Ghoul Sevilla.
Okay. And
Get
8.
down. Know your place, ghoul.
What's this one sound like?
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. Sure,
I
we'll
like
live with
that.
Yes, vote for this.
And let's... Hey, show me the map. Sending... Dedrin.
Yeah, alright. Him...
I had my newspaper wound up the second he started moving. Would I have a chance to smack him as Cece screams ghoul fever?
He's not gonna like my sword really soon here.
Alright.
I'm gonna say no,
Okay.
just because everyone is aware of everything going on.
Okay. I was just curious.
Also, Artanis, you are holding in your offhand the Cure Light Wounds potion. So,
He's
you know.
not getting it anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna toss that back to Habe and hope he catches it.
Did we ever find out what the vial of orange liquid that I had was?
Ooh, interesting.
Anyway, Dedrin.
Yeah, yeah, Ghoul Fever shouted before shit goes rough, he starts spazzing out. I backed up as well. I still had my pepper box at the ready, and if Ver has him pinned to the ground, I'm just like, watch your face, buddy.
Right, yeah, I kind of lean... I pretty much just let go. Like, I'm not...
And I'll take a full attack action. Is that acceptable?
Defender is prone. Okay, sure. Because Sevilla is prone on the table as of now, they are going to get a +4 to their AC, but you can absolutely attack.
Okay. So here's the first one at a -2. And then
Ow.
And then the second one.
That hits.
Ow.
That hits. So that is 6 piercing damage in total.
One shot left.
Make it
Oh, yeah.
count.
Okay, Ver.
All right, I'm attacking him. Greatsword.
Yep, that hits.
All right.
You're gonna end up breaking
Especially
this
with
table.
the
Yeah, probably. Sorry about
Like-
that, man. It's a ghoul though. 23 damage.
Okay. Oops.
And yeah, that's my go.
Okay. Karzarath.
Alright. So when he had called Ghoul, Karjak had moved out of the way, drawing his rapier. He's going to carry forward and try to essentially stake it.
Alright. Go ahead.
Rapier.
Nice.
Oh.
And a crit confirmed.
Yeah, I'll confirm that. You can go ahead and roll. I would say this fits with sneak attack considering the situation, so go ahead and roll sneak attack with that. So a total of 20 piercing. And your rapier is within the table.
Hey, if it keeps it pinned down, I will take that.
You were unsure if it will do that, but it may at the very least give it trouble. Artanis. God, this guy's taking a lot of damage.
Doing a
You just hear a
flurry of
thunk
blows.
as it pierces through it.
And this guy's prone in front of me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Rolled up newspaper.
Just no, bad.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
13.
You guys have done 62 damage this turn.
And then
Pretty much imagine Artanis being like, bad ghoul. No, as he's smacking with newspaper.
And these guys.
Flurry of blows.
Oh yeah, right. Flurry of blows. My bad.
Ah!
Knocking him from 0 to minus 12. You acutely knock Ghoulst Sevilla, and the movement ceases and the head lulls behind.
Oh no, the head's coming off.
And that's up to you.
I'm gonna
It's
turn
100%
to
what's gonna happen.
Habe and say he can just take care of the head. I mean, are you against that?
Is there a fire pit around here? We gotta burn this corpse.
Yeah, Habe looks and says, sure, the body is all yours.
Okay, so I guess we'll assemble a bonfire.
Okay.
And I'll cut the head off when we get out, right when we get out there, and then build a fire, and then burn this sumbitch.
Well, I do think that was all the questions we're going to be asking. Thank you for your time. What was his name? Abe? Habe? What was his name?
Yeah.
Yep, Habe.
Yeah, I do. Thank you for your time, Habe. I do believe that will be all the questions we're asking.
Yep.
While Bear carries that out, I'm gonna take periodic swings at this thing. Just
like-
to make sure. It's like
All right.
double and triple tapping.
Right.
Go outside. Through the doors.
And you take care of that bonfire. Oop. Oh god. Ah! There we go.
Yeah, you gotta navigate your way through the doors.
As
Well, if you don't mind us, we have some tables and floors to clean. And
Have any of your other patients been acting like this one?
no,
With the pallid complexion and stuff.
no, this is different. This is why it was such an important thing for me.
I really need you, Habe, to rack your memory and to think very hard. Did he say anything at all that was a red flag for you? Obviously, he was a walking, talking thing of red flags, but was there anything in particular that has stayed in your mind as something that's just further beyond odd?
Oh. Well, might as well give him a roll. Let's see. Uh, I'm sorry, but he really, truly did not stray too far from, talk of the skin saw man.
I think we should
But,
carry him out a little bit further out from the building.
I will say what he said to your friend there was quite curious. I did not expect that, for sure.
Neither did we. I guess one additional question as we're walking out. Did you know him before he became this?
No, but I was told he was kind of a thug for hire.
See. Well, thank you for your time. As we walk outside, Cece's gonna shout to Ver, would you check and see if there's any markings on his body before you decide to light it ablaze?
Yeah, I'll do that.
And before leaving, Dedrin would give Habe 5 gold for the damages.
I do appreciate it.
And be like, consider it a donation to help better the folks who come here.
Yes, the patients that come here don't exactly pay for their services.
Hey, listen, when you have to send, people away that you can't kill, it's good to have an inn with the local sanatorium.
This guy is clearly insane.
Clearly. He's trying to come after us, innocent helpers of the town who aren't a mafia. Insane. Send him to the sanatorium.
As long as they're dickheads, I guess.
There was someone doing a wall to see if he had marks on him. What was that?
Yeah, I was, it was a perception?
Yeah, it would be for that.
Perception of 3.
Nice.
Hey, 19, that's pretty good. You kind of scoured the torso area of Graced, and it would seem that piecing together his skin apart from the very fresh cuts, there are no symbols on here, nor is there definitely any Thessalonian Sihedron.
Now,
Nope.
when we checked out the barn, we didn't find any tracks around the barn, right?
I mean, not like around the barn. There were tracks to the barn, as well as to the river.
There was tons of tracks. It was people coming to and from the
I was just wondering if this guy was the one that offed the other guys. Yeah, that was my thought.
Well, I'm sure that Aaron will tell us that he's been with him a lot these days. But you could ask him.
Is anything being asked to Aaron?
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, certainly wouldn't.
Wait, what am I asking though? Like if there was...
You're asking him so he can account for where this guy's been, pretty much.
Oh, well, I was just... My query was if it was possible that this guy was the one that killed the other guys. But
Yeah.
he was...
We could run a sweep and see if there's any tracks where there shouldn't be tracks.
Oh... well, I mean, this guy was the one that watched the other guys die, so we know he was there. But we don't know if he was the one that actually killed them. Because if there were no other tracks around the barn, right? Then he would be the only one at that location. Just by process of elimination. But if there's too many tracks to kind of close that in, then I don't think there's much information to be gained.
Fair.
Actually, I have a question for them before we leave. Hey, sir. Sorry to bother you. I know you've gone through a lot, but could we possibly view his belongings that he was brought here with?
That wouldn't really be possible. He was brought here with the shirt on his back.
Which is the same shirt that she kind of like gestures to the body.
Was underneath the straight jacket, yes.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Do you know why Grace would care about your scaly friend? What his lordship might mean?
Karjath just kind of gives a shrug.
The only logical thing I can think of is that he was part of the crew that saved Sandpoint. Not sure if that means anything in particular.
Not to me, no.
Did you guys, I'll turn to Karzarath, did you guys encounter anybody who maybe did not like the deeds that you did?
I mean, I honestly am not sure. It could possibly be the lordship that's being mentioned could very well be the one who stole the remains.
Wait, so these rituals, they're actually personal? Cece, were you not with the initial group that saved Sandpoint?
No, I was drawn here from an insane amount of powerful magic that was calling me here.
Then yes, it seems like whoever is behind this has it out for the original heroes of Sandpoint, which would be you two. I point at Karzarath and Ver, as Ver is probably digging up a hole for a bonfire.
Yeah, he's in the middle of piling together a bunch of wood. that he
Well, if
can
somebody
find.
is out against us, then might want to check up on our acquaintance back at the... Or was it the library?
Yep. That one guy. It's not ass late at night either now, so he might be actually awake and wanting to talk.
He's not dead.
Depending on when we get back. Ooh, that would...
They're probably talking about Kalar.
Okay.
I don't think Brodard was part of the...
We're talking about that.
group.
I was talking about that monk that was talking to him.
Oh, then you were talking about Brodard then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can probably check with both of them. But let's dispose of that body and then
Right.
start heading back, I'm guessing?
Ver's kneeling down and using the flint and steel to start a fire. It starts, and then he tosses the head on top. And turns around, goes over to his horse, unties it, unties her.
Well, we do need to check out that tower.
That's true. That's another lead.
I really think that is the next place that we should go. Even if it's a dead end, and I apologize for that, but I don't know. I have a feeling about that place.
Fair enough. It's let's go to it then.
Okay, so it would seem that you are making your way... Wrong audio, stop it. Making your way back to Sandpoint, yes?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, if I could get one or two of you to do perception checks on the way back.
Ooh, I'll give one. The boys! Hold on. Where's my
The
perception?
boys with the good perception and things.
38 and 29.
Jesus Christ,
The
guys!
boys!
Alright,
Good at this.
well... The clouds remain. Artanis, you're unable to look up as... well, that's definitely a glitch, actually, Snarl's name.
Oh.
I don't know
That's just-
what to
he's
do
just-
about it.
Floating mysteriously there.
He's the ghost,
yeah.
dude.
He's a ghost!
The ghost of Snarl.
The ghost of Snarl's past.
He's just waiting for another... Exactly.
I think he should stay. That's my opinion.
Alright,
Here in spirit.
unable to look directly up, you conclude that there is not much of any danger around you, and Dedrin, being able to look up, notices that there is cloud. And you make your way around back to the Lost Coast Road, And oh, don't flip, please. And back to Sandpoint after an hour or so more travel. That would put it maybe at like 2 p.m. perhaps.
All right. So we have the tower as the lead. We can follow up on a Kalar, though I feel like we're probably not in any danger of him getting targeted right now, since it's broad daylight.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, that's up to you to find out, I suppose.
Okay.
Didn't we
so-
also didn't Cece or someone speak to the guards to add extra patrol? So it is very unlikely for an attack in open daylight.
Right.
Yep.
I do think it would be a good idea if a couple of us went there and a couple of us went to the lighthouse, and then the ones that go and check on Kalar can just pop in to make sure he's okay, and then meet the rest of us at the lighthouse.
All right, well, while we are deciding who is going where, I suggest that we take a break.
Break time!
Rizake.
Break time! So, be back in like 10?
Yep, about 10.
Alright. Be back on the 30 mark. See you all then. You did. Well done.
Alright. Welcome back to Sandpoint. You all have come back into town after a relatively quick jaunt out into the farmlands, with a cryptic message, to say the least, from Graced Sevilla. But you have returned now, wanting to investigate the old light, as well as whatever else you see fit. And tomorrow is a special day for Dedrin, if all things go a plan.
It's bullet making day.
Back to you.
If we pass our inn, I just want to quickly pop in and see if I got any mail or any correspondences from a friend.
Yes.
Was there enough time on their journey for healing?
In what capacity?
Rest or whatever?
Natural? No. But spells anytime.
I'm so slightly hurt.
So am I, but I don't know what we're walking into, so I really don't want to use spells.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Did we? Did you grab that potion there?
Oh, I ended up throwing it back at him.
Oh, yeah. Let me just give him a quick dex check. We'll see. Oh, that's a 4 on the die.
Oh,
Dropped it.
he's hot. He's hot shit.
That is a 5 total. It's gone. The magic
Okay, well,
is spread across the floorboards.
And the floorboards gain a D8.
The 8 of healing!
Plus 1?
I was gonna say,
Jesus.
there's a chance that I could catch it.
Well, I mean,
Or
depending
that
on
Karcheth might have caught it.
Yeah.
the level of the
Right.
caster.
Did we ever find out what this other orange liquid is?
I think we did, didn't we?
Nope.
Oh, I thought that Cece made a couple checks and was able to figure it out.
I made a check on the liquid I have.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one we were talking about?
Nope.
Okay.
You did not find the orange liquid in the pond, but you found this other strange liquid in the pond.
I've had this vial of orange liquid from something else for a short time now, or a little while now.
All right. Anybody want to take a look at that stuff?
Well, I wouldn't be a subject matter expert regarding potions, but
Me neither.
your acquaintance, I would wager, would probably be a pretty good resource for that. So if we want to check out the old light, we can split up. If it's just, to dip in to check out on your acquaintance and just to scout out the area, I don't think that would be a bad plan.
I think that would be a good idea. I think that you two can go on ahead. Don't go in without us, by any means. But let us go check on Karzrath. Let us go check on Kalar. Make sure he's safe, and then we'll meet you there.
Right, so Karzarath and Cece are going? All right.
Cece would turn to Ver and say, would you please come with us? If something bad has happened, it would be nice to have someone around.
All right. You mind that, boss?
Where are we going?
We got to check on Karzarath.
No, Kalar.
I'm right here.
Or no, Kalar. K names.
I know. It's like they
the
did it on
aforementioned
purpose.
name problem.
Yeah, so, okay, after seeing if I got anything in the tavern, I'll come back out and be like, yeah, that's fine, since it's close to Junk Alley anyways, and that's his favorite spot. Me and Artanis will check out the old light.
Alright, and we'll meet you up, boss. This shouldn't take too long.
Sounds good.
Alright, and thus we do that.
That is where we go.
Yes, we do the thing which is going to see Kalar.
Yippee.
Hey, Kalar. We was
So
just
it's
thinking
3
about
with
you.
Kalar and 2 at the old light?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I heard that.
Group E.
Yeah, his newspaper is slowly losing stability.
You gotta. I'm saying, man, maybe you can find a sock in the junk and just put a really heavy rock in it.
I mean, can we get him a club? Is that like not a thing that he can hold? Maybe like a billy club? What's the deal with him not being able to have real weapons?
That's his own thing, bro.
That's the whole deal.
Oh, that's the theme.
That's his deal, not me. Like, listen. If I could choose my own prisoner, I wouldn't have picked Junk Boy.
Right.
I would have
mean, if-
picked. I would have picked the one who could hold a club and not, a newspaper.
Hey, listen, some people ain't trained in weaponry, you know?
I mean, if he wants, I can make him a makeshift flail using my iron pot.
Or maybe go simple with it. Be like, just brass knucks.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. He can make a flail by just putting a sock in or a rock in a sock.
Homie, don't play that.
Put soap in it.
Yeah. But
Prison rules.
how would a coconut have gotten here? Never mind. Any rate, yeah. So we could find like a sack that you could get a couple rocks in.
Well, I
I like to think this conversation's just happening while we're all walking. Like, before we split off, we're actually discussing this. Like,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I've been traveling with you for so long, man. Why don't you just get, like, a rock,
Do we need to find you a rock? Do you need a specific rock?
I mean,
I would buy you some brass, like a cestus. or
He
something.
has horseshoes. He can use them.
Yeah, you could use those as your.
But instead, he wants to throw them.
Fair.
Hey, what if you were to tie it to a
Strength is
string
seven.
or a rope, and then throw it?
Well, I mean, I've seen him do some damage with those junk weapons, so
He does do some damage with that newspaper.
oh well. Well, we'll
All right,
we'll
Meet you
find
guys later.
We'll find you the right piece of trash someday. All right, and so we split off.
I was just part of a conversation in which I didn't speak at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But seriously, I can just borrow those horseshoes, tie them to a rope for you, and then you got yourself a pretty nice flail.
I mean,
That's the same as
if I
putting a
can-
rock in a sock.
If I can use dexterity with those, I will consider it.
At
This
this
will
point,
give
you've
him
made it
longer
to
range.
Rat Alley, and you split up.
Yep. Cutting off this at the conversation.
Yes.
And we will hurry to make sure that Kalar is okay.
Right?
Okay. You make your way just inside of the House of Bluestone, and inside is actually Kalar doing some prayer on the stones.
I practically shoulder check the door to get inside. And as soon as I'm inside, I just scream Kalar as loud as I can.
Oh, Cece, I'm right here.
Oh, thank gosh, you're okay. Oh, we just had a very frightening experience, and there's a good chance that, well, not a good chance, but there's a chance that both you and Karzarath are targets at some point. And we knew Karzarath was okay, but we figured something wouldn't happen during the day, but you never know. Are you alright? Has anybody approached you, said anything weird? Any odd feelings? Any attacks? She just starts, like, rambling until she basically runs out of breath.
Yeah. When she does run out of breath, Kalar will close his eyes and look down a little bit and just say, Rory, please forgive this interruption, but I would like to speak with my good friends. And then he looks back up to you. Well, I heard that there are a couple murders going around, but nothing has happened in here.
Buddy.
Good. Just be on your guard. If you can not go out at night, I recommend that. Definitely stay on holy ground. Maybe underground, if you can. So that way people have difficulty finding you.
I can be in the basement.
That's good. Just be in the basement and lock the door. But yeah,
Right.
I will explain to him what we had encountered.
Oh, terribly frightening. I'm very glad that you were not hit. I understand that ghoul fever is a terrifying thing.
Very much so. We're trying to explore as many options as we can to figure out what's going on and get it nipped in the bud as quick as possible, but we're hitting a few dead ends at this point. But we're gonna go follow one other lead that we have.
And what did he say before he attacked you?
He said, right over the notes.
DC pulls out her notes. I have it here someplace.
I wrote it down.
Well, it's in our investigation notes.
Yes. He said, the bodies you are finding are signs and pertinence, and that when he's finished, you will be remembered forever. But he was talking directly and potentially only to Karzarath.
That is interesting. Shame I don't get any visitors, but happy to be in good health.
Well, friend, mayhaps you will want to have no visitors for the next couple of days, at least.
Yes, I can see.
Vet whoever comes to see you very well. And try not to be alone too long.
I can't particularly help that one,
I mean,
but
yeah, that's
I'll do what I can.
very well.
Okay, well, we've got another lead to follow. But I'm glad you're okay. Try to stay okay, friend. We better go.
Be well.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, bye!
Bye.
Bye-sies.
Okay. Arzarath and Artanis, you make your way up to Junker's Way and past.
Wrong person.
I did do that. Dedrin and Artanis.
Where?
Everybody keeps calling me.
That's
You're-
okay.
You're,
see
you're
your other
everybody but
people.
you right now.
Everybody's in danger.
The rogue I am.
All right.
Anyway,
Indeed.
towards the old light, it would seem.
Yeah. We're checking it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what I have about this. Okay. Sorry, just looking at the chat. That's interesting. So you two make your way to the base of the old light, and the first thing that strikes you, or perhaps not strike, but is apparent to you, is that there is a lot of rubble. I'm just gonna pull up this image for myself just so I get a. Okay. It definitely looms high above you, maybe 80 feet in total. Certainly much higher than any of the other in Sandpoint. There doesn't seem to be an apparent entrance. There does seem to be quite a bit of rubble over near the tower street leading up to it. But entry will require either climbing or investigating.
Well, we found you a rock.
Yeah, there are a lot of rocks here.
I ain't climbing anytime soon.
I can do a little scouting, but I'll remain in view.
I won't be doing any climbing anytime soon, but I definitely wouldn't mind looking around for other stuff.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, should I clamber up and see what I can see from the higher vantage point?
You check out the top, I'll check out the bottom.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so I will say what you know is that from the side and a little ways off, it is an open chamber, and it is not level all the way up. It is about 80-90 feet on this side, but it quickly grades down to maybe about 30 feet high on the far side, like over here. And it also is hollow, but until you take a better look, that's all you can get. So, advising against climbing the 90-foot high parapet.
Well, while we figure that out, you said we could investigate. I assume that's just a perception to look around the base of the place?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Perception.
Sure. Okay. 24 and 25. Yeah, you are able to meander your way around this front entrance, and while the rubble is pretty high and untouched for quite a while, There are a couple of crawl spaces, some squeeze spaces that do let you into it.
Squeezable for everyone, or squeezable for like a hobgoblin and a human, and not a 8-foot tall tiefling in heavy metal armor?
Probably not Big Arms Johnson. No.
No.
Big Arms Johnson. That's your mafia name.
Fuck.
We can workshop it. We can workshop it.
But yes, you two would be able to get in there with a bit of caution.
Big Arms Malloy.
How do you pronounce Vera's last name?
Auden.
Auden?
Yep.
Big Arms Auden.
The odd one.
What's the play? Do we want to squeeze?
I
Yeah, I'd imagine I'd be able to squeeze in there, or I can just send Athena in there.
and technically I'm not there right now anyway, so.
That's true. That's why I'm asking my buddy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you do have the little familiar.
Okay, so can I send Athena out and probably see what she can see within 60 feet? Or like travel distance of 60 feet, but like sight, normal sight.
Yeah, so just 60 feet away from you, basically?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Into the tower or like around the tower?
Into.
Okay. So Athena flutters into the hole, not a problem. Flies around. Do you get it? What kind of link do you have with Athena? As in, like with your perception?
I know Athena will only get a +8 to perception, but let me see.
Like, how does that translate back to you? Is it like communicated? Do you get to see it directly? I don't remember the specifics.
Yeah, I was, I was just trying to find out where that was.
Oh, okay.
Myself.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I do not often. So, Athena's kind of made of dream stuff, right? I don't know if that means she kind of just comes back to me, or because she is capable of communicating to me, I think. Let me see. I have an empathic link. Okay, so
Okay.
that means. Does that mean it's telepathic?
Well, it sounds like you have an emotional telepathic link.
Okay, yep, I'll go with that. And depending on what emotion I get back, I'll relay that.
Sure. So go ahead and roll your +8 or whatever.
And then Athena gets the +3 since it's just broad daylight, I'm assuming, no roof.
No roof.
Okay.
Whatever Athena's perception would be.
Holy shit, Athena.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Jeez.
okay. With your empathic bond, you feel like the slightest bit of intrigue, like, where your heart like beats heavy once and then kind of goes back. It's like, oh, that. But otherwise, no like big excitement or fear or sadness. Mostly neutral.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to Dedrin and say, it looks like there's something interesting in there, but it doesn't seem like there's any amount of danger. Do we want to squeeze in? Seems like the coast is clear.
Yeah, we're more than capable of handling ourselves.
All right. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Ha 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 ha! That's funny.
Okay, I'm squeezing in.
Okay. It's not a problem. You make your way in. It takes a little bit, but you make your way in, and there is a small pseudo-collapsed tunnel, but it makes its way to the main body of the tower. Within it, you look up and see high up above you, just tall, very tall stonework, pretty free from decoration or almost utility even. It's just a very tall cylindrical chamber, and as you can see, it sort of rises around the circle as it goes up from the 30 feet to 90 feet across here. But it looks like there is a half-buried pedestal. It's quite a wide dais. It does have a bunch of written runes around it. However, none of them look like the Sihedron rune.
Okay. I will call Athena back to me, let her nestle back in my pocket, and I guess while I'm in here, I'll just take a good look around and see if there's anything else I can find.
Yeah, I'd be right behind him, squeezing in.
Okay. You two can go ahead and make perception checks on the interior.
And part of this would be me asking if it looks like there are other rooms directly up, or if it just goes up and that's it.
Sure.
Holy shit, guys!
All right.
Oh, boys!
Dang. So 40 and 29.
Edrin, do you see those people above us looking at us through these windows?
Yeah. I do. It's weird.
There's these
I can
dice
see.
flying
I
everywhere.
can see dice being rolled. What is that?
It looks so. There's a bit on this side that looks round. And you can deduce both from your ridiculous checks that a object the size and placement of the dais, the half-buried dais that Artanis found, would fit snugly up there, and you would assume that had this not collapsed, there would be a second, claw-like finger sort of structure on the other side that would sort of hold it up there.
So we're looking at where it collapsed.
You're-
Right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think anything would happen if we repaired this dais, Edrin?
That's what I'm wondering. So, I know you said there were runes covered on the dais, and there was rubble around it. Can we clear the rubble to get a better look at it?
I mean, yeah, you can clear some of the rubble away. Some of it is far too big. The runes are on, but also around the dais.
Okay.
And you also note that there is an incision in between the dais and the area around it. A cut incision, not like a crack or anything.
Okay. Yeah, I forget if you said, did any of the runes match any of the symbols in the conjecture?
Yeah, I did say there are what you would assume is a similar construction and a similar language. However, none of the 7 runes are present, nor is the Sihedron rune.
Okay.
Well, we can act on our theory. Perhaps we can construct a makeshift. What would it be? Like a vice, or like a hold of some sort that keeps it up there. The others should be able to assist us with the rest of the endeavor.
Oh, this is... I should be clear, this is quite wide, like...
Oh.
Several people could stand comfortably on top of this dais if it were completely uncovered.
Oh, I see. Okay, so what would you say it's like a 15-foot radius? Or 10?
Maybe a 10-foot radius.
Okay, that's huge. Okay, maybe we can't get it up there.
And it's like construction crew.
Yeah.
It's also like the quote-unquote clamp is like 80 feet up.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, you know, let's
We
just
don't have
let's just quickly make the medieval equivalent of crane. You know,
I think that would be a crane.
Wheel and pulley,
like the bird.
Ooh.
or rope pulley, whatever.
I think they have the equipment. Like, it probably uses like rocks and stuff as counter.
yeah.
But we clearly don't have that here.
No,
So
I also don't have knowledge arcana to figure out these runes.
right. Yeah. Would I be able to make a what would that be? Like a linguistics check to make a sketch of the whole area and like of the runes?
Yeah, I think that would make sense because while you may not understand the actual message, you understand the like prose and the flow of the character. Oh yeah,
Okay.
linguistic.
Okay, I will make that check.
Okay. I have something I want to do, but I'll let you cover it first.
Okay, well,
Okay.
12, so it's, you know,
A 12, okay. You are able to get the rudimentary sketches of quite a few of the runes around. You wish you could draw them better, but unfortunately, you drew them how you did.
okay.
I don't remember if I know I made a knowledge local when we first arrived to town, the very first session we showed up, but could I do another knowledge local to see if I can remember anything specific about this tower?
Sure.
Because I don't remember if I ever did that. Also a 12! We're matching!
You know, you've heard it from one or two sojourners to Sandpoint. They were the scholarly type, and that's it. Hey, you guys were gonna have to make some low rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't all get to be 40s and shit.
Hey,
All right.
There's our mafia name right there. Me and you, we're the twins.
The twins. I guess we have all we can gather from this area. We can probably meet up with the others.
One of those small ones.
Sorry, repeat that?
I was thinking we can probably step out of the ruins now that we've gotten all we'll be getting from here. Probably meet up with
Yeah.
others as they come.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Okay. So we're stepping out.
But
But
lift
Oops.
myself outside.
Did we make our way there as they're crawling out?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Wee, zoomies.
Is your acquaintance okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm gonna show. Shit, she's blind. I'm gonna show.
Who are you gonna show what to?
You can draw it in the palm of her hand.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I found some runes in the ruins. None of them pertain to any of the 7 runes or the Psychedron rune that we've been pursuing, but I can write them in your hand if that's how that works.
Well, you could write it into my hand, or we can take it to the guy who knows a lot about runes.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm sure he's
So
going
we're
to be
turning around.
absolutely thrilled to see us again.
So, talk to the rune man.
Rune man.
Rune man, dun dun dun.
All right. So you guys take a big ol' hike to
Back to Kalar.
Yep.
Brodert or Kalar.
Wrote
Isn't
it.
Kalar with Brodert?
Not at present.
Okay, well then we
Bro.
just
Kelvin is.
That's some dirt.
Nope. I'm
Bro.
gonna go to Brodit.
dirt.
Or dirt. Brodert.
Anyway, like I said, you make your extremely long trek, about 20 feet.
Whew, we gotta restock.
For real. Get the horses some rest.
Right? While they're doing that, I'm gonna brush off old Hope there.
I will lead the way to the door and knock.
Oh, the door opens relatively quickly this time, and a much better, much more rested-looking Brodert pokes his head out. Oh, hello?
Hello. It's great to encounter you again. I would say see you again, but you know, can't.
I like you. You're funny. What
Thank
do you
you.
need?
It's so nice that people actually get that I'm joking. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Most people just stare at me blankly, I think. Anyway, Anyway, we found some runes, and you're the best person who knows about runes, and we were hoping that you may be able to help us figure out what they are and what they mean.
Oh, I can see what they are, what I can, but if they are new runes to me, it may take me a while. Come in. And he shuffles over to a table and pulls up his chair and takes a big long sit and as he sits down.
I kind of tap my way in, probably reaching behind me and trying to find Artanis' hand because he's the one who has the runes, so make sure he's coming with me. And I will tap my way inside.
Yeah, I'll reach out. I won't leave you just hanging there.
Thank you. And I will lead Artanis inside, and whoever decides to follow, and I will tap my way until I feel possibly a table. Maybe a chair or two.
Aldrich would go in.
Okay. So-
this is my friend Artanis. He's the one who has the runes.
He's looking at you too with his wide eyes. Show them or not?
Yeah. I'm gonna lay them out on the table and arrange them in the arrangement that I saw them in the ruins. And I'm gonna ask, would you be able to translate or decipher these?
They're a bit sloppy. And he
Really?
takes a
Huh.
look at them.
DC kind of gives a side eye to Artanis in the direction she knows he is because she was holding his hand the entire time.
Artanis contemplates making up an excuse, but worries about the consequences.
Is this and he pushes his chair out and walks to one of his tomes and doesn't even have to blow any dust off of it because boy does he use his tomes, and brings it back, sets it down, gets himself all comfy again, and flips through a little bit. Is this no? Maybe. I suppose. No. Flip. Oh, is that where I remember them from? Flip. Oh, I do say I have had some more skilled writers in my time, but I think these match. And he takes the parchment that Artanis has and loosely matches up the runes to a much better, much more official looking set of runes. He almost had me. I thought there was looking at some new runes.
Yeah, that sure would have been surprising.
Yes, that's true. Anyway, see, I think that because this was a war tower, I believe that that platform that has these that is where you found these, yes?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, well, I have studied them, and I do believe that the platform was at one point in Thassalon used to elevate people, guards or so, to where the fire chamber was. An elevator, so to speak.
Interesting. Huh. So, aside from transporting people in the war tower, there isn't any further significance of the runes on this dais?
Oh, they are very significant in deciphering other Thassa. But, no, it is mostly a protection, abjuration type, and, transmutation type, casting, so to say. I don't think it has any magic anymore, though.
I see. Okay.
You happen to recognize the lineage, where it's from, or who possibly made it? Is it the
Oh,
group
no.
you mentioned before?
I mean, I do believe that all of this was part of Thassalon. But as for a group, I don't particularly know the cultures.
I believe you were the one who gave our group the information regarding the 7 runes and the Sihedron rune, correct?
Oh, yes, I did.
I have a theory. So we have found 2 runes out of character. That's right? We have found 2 runes out of the 7.
Elaborate on found.
Oh, okay. I guess just 2 sites with the Sihedron rune, I suppose. It was the mill and the barn.
The mill, the barn, and Thistletop. Though that was more carved than, well, stone cut than carved.
Okay.
I think those are the 3 places.
Okay. But I wouldn't know about Thistletop, right?
Probably not.
Okay. I think that, based on what Cece's told me, that a ritual is taking place, and these virtues or vices are being followed in a particular order. Is there any significance to the order that these are being executed in? Or can they be executed in any order?
Well, I don't particularly know the order. What is the order that you have so far?
Okay, so I'm gonna bring out the notes we have on his conjecture, and I'm gonna tell him the circumstances. So the first Thessalonian virtue we have here is wealth and the mortal sin of greed.
Yes.
The first instance that our group ran into, okay, I want to make sure I have this right. The first one was the barn, technically, right? And then it was the mill?
Yeah, the barn was first.
Okay. So the first instance where this Sihedron rune was found seemed to revolve around a financial transaction of sorts. So I believe it had something to do with greed. The second instance where the Sihedron rune was found was at the mill, and it had to do with a lover's tryst. So I believe it had something to do with the mortal sin of lust.
Oh, yes, I do remember this.
My theory is that there will be 5 more instances of the Sihedron rune being carved, and I think Pride would be next.
That is very interesting. Oh, I do have to say I am quite prideful in my work, though I do hope that I steer closer to the honest pride. That is an interesting theory, and one that I can get behind. There are a lot of proud individuals in Sandpoint. I don't particularly know who they might go after.
Well, I suppose that's fair. There's no way we can know for sure. But you probably know the people of Sandpoint probably more than anyone here. Would you be able to give us a few possibilities or any insight regarding that?
Pride. I would perhaps be able to help you locate a few individuals, but I would have to take a bit of time to examine and list out who might be affected by which sin.
Okay, that sounds very helpful.
I do not have that ready.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, then perhaps we'll stop by and check with you later, if that's possible.
Oh, yes, please do. But, before I go to bed.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I do have some questions of my own.
Okay.
Karzarath would ask if he knows anything about insert the mutterings of the crazy man that we essentially put down to bed in the ground.
The skin saw man? No. I remember Chopper. Well, he's definitely dead now.
Chopper?
Yes, the Chopper. The late unpleasantness.
And he would also ask about if you might have any information about the final words before he broke free from his restraints.
Mm-hmm. Which, in the investigation notes.
One's directed at Karzarath.
Well... If they are signs importance, it's possible that who or whatever is doing the murders may eventually come after you, or perhaps it is a an invitation.
What sort of invitation, though?
I don't know. I'm not the murder investigator.
Fair enough.
But remembered forever, whatever this is, it's certainly planned to be monumental.
Indeed.
Whether or not they'd be able to do such a thing, I don't know. Maybe they're crazy.
Well, if it's an invitation, I suppose we need to figure out how to accept it.
Was there any type of location espoused by the buttery man?
Goddamn, guys, did he say anything? Did he say anything about a
Not that
location?
I know of.
I can't help you right now. I'm busy with Mafia.
Yeah, I don't believe he said anything about a location
Okay,
that I know of.
I guess you'll just have to look out. I am sorry. I can't help you anymore. I will try to get you your list.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And as Cece stands up, she will reach into her bag and feel around for a silver piece and place it on the table.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I insist. You've helped us in more ways than one, and the first time that we met, it wasn't exactly the most proper way to give an introduction, and I do apologize for that. So please take this.
All right, if you say so. And he just sits there expectantly, watching you and the door.
Yep, I will get up to leave.
Yep. I'll get up too.
Mm-hmm.
And head out.
Watch the very old, this very person that we're trusting with this information is the very one who we're having to watch out for.
Are you kidding me? Watch him be the one that dies.
Right?
Ugh.
Because you love him so much, he's gonna kill off the old guy?
Yeah, he's adorable.
It's not even in the story.
Not
Just gonna
do
hurt
it.
you. Yeah, he's just gonna do it to hurt you.
You have no idea how often I run into that in campaigns where I'm like, I really like this person. The DM's like, well, sorry, they're dead. It's like,
Oops.
pretty much. So we will go outside and fill in Dedrin and Bear and just kind of elaborate with, did the crazy guy say a location?
No.
Any sort of idea?
Nope.
Did either of you
Mhm.
remember?
Skin saw was the only thing.
Skin saw, master, and then what he said.
What time of day is it?
You came back around 2. You did a couple of things. I'd say maybe 3:30.
Maybe a visit to the sheriff is in order. Trade information.
That's not a bad idea.
I would
I'm
agree
really
with that.
interested to meet this skin saw. As Ver's smile like splits his head, sharp
worry.
teeth glistening.
Gedrin worriedly looks to the giant saw on Artanis' belt. Yeah, it was you this entire time. This is the showdown that everyone's been waiting for. We have to turn on each other.
You have to do it on
Dumb.
Junker's way because that
meet
just feels
meet
like
me
the
at
perfect.
sundown. At sundown, 20 feet apart. Me versus you. I win because I'm the fucking gunslinger and we're doing a western shootout.
And I've got his back
He was
because
a
he's
fucking
bought my ass.
newspaper.
We knew it was you, player character. We knew it all along.
Yeah, I think we visit the sheriff, tell him about the skin saw.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Too many teeth, razors.
Yeah.
Too many
Okay.
teeth.
I definitely wouldn't
Too many teeth.
be opposed
too
to
many teeth.
letting everyone who was outside of that previous encounter take the lead on this one. Personally, that's just me.
I mean, hey, me and Vera were having a great talk.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
We're
wanna
going
pause it.
towards him with information to get this
Mhm.
solved.
All right. Well, I enter the precinct, ask for Hemlock if he's free.
Right. You would be taken up to his office, which actually is empty, and then a few minutes later, Baylor walks in, notices you all, and then goes back to his desk. Good to see you all. Your day trip went fast. What? Were you able to find anything else out?
I would take a seat and begin telling him what I know. We went to the sanatorium where we were told or figured out or whatever that someone there, one of their patients, witnessed one of the murders. We spoke with them. Something about a skin saw and teeth, and
He was
Razor
singing a song,
blades.
wasn't he?
and then what?
The crazy guy was singing a little tune about the skin saw, right?
I think he was just repeating it over and over because he was insane.
Yeah.
It might have been sing-songy, but it was not a tune.
But he kept repeating skin saw over and over again.
Too many teeth.
Too many teeth. And then at one point, when
I had asked about it. He went in a different kind of tangent.
Yeah.
that possibly the murderer is targeting the saviors of Sandpoint, and then he turned into a ghoul
And we killed his ass and burned him alive. Oh,
and
no.
burned him for safe measure.
True.
So whatever this master is has the capabilities of possibly inflicting people with, ghoul fever and turning them into ghouls.
And none of you were struck, were you? He says with a slight
No,
perturbation.
we
It was
were.
dispatched quickly.
Yes, we are all safe. None of us were struck when he turned.
You see a visible relief. That is very good. If what you say is true, that would make sense, based on your previous findings, that there was undeath at the scene of the sawmill. Do you think it could be possible that a ghoul is committing all of these murders?
Damn, that's a really good point. It is highly likely that this dude is turning people into ghouls to carry out the murders.
Or perhaps is using ghouls?
He seems to have precision. That man was here a couple days before he was triggered into ghouldom. He has
He was
a way
waiting.
a way to control it from afar.
Or
Yeah,
there's a trigger.
Because the patient was waiting for our arrival. He held the message until one of these saviors of Sandpoint arose to question him.
Okay, I need some knowledge checks.
Is it a religion?
Before you go saying that stuff, knowledge, religion, or no, it's an undead thing. Knowledge, religion.
Best I can give you is engineering.
I got nothing.
Can I give myself guidance on top of that and make it a 19?
I am talking directly out of my ass.
You may not at this point. After thinking about it, you may not give yourself guidance. However, you still did get an 18 on that. Where's the... Hang on. There it is. Okay. I'd say an 18 is enough to know, especially after thinking strictly about the knowledge of ghouls. Ghoul fever does a fair bit to drain your like, I don't know how to say this in character, constitution and dexterity. And those who die from the fever then you are thinking that it's relatively in line, losing constitution and dexterity every day for a couple of days. Probably pretty low, especially with how easy it was. It's pretty considerable that it wasn't a remote detonation. Or if it was very well hidden.
So then, we must have been unlucky with our timing on getting to him. Because he did say he was waiting with that message.
That he was.
I would make sure to share that with everybody.
We got unlucky with our timing of arrival.
We're lucky that
Maybe.
he hadn't already changed by the time we got there.
Yeah, and we didn't show up and a bunch of murdered people in there. Because that ghoul would have torn through those guys.
And yeah, I would also tell the sheriff that he was waiting to deliver that message to us. So, someone told him something, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he had like some sort of way he induced the... I don't know. He already looked like shit though, so... That's why I say, oh well. I don't know much about this other stuff.
I would ask the sheriff, perhaps he has any knowledge on the situation, anything he could provide. Maybe he's heard about Skin Saw in the past or something like that.
No, unfortunately I have not. And I really hope never to. If people catch wind that these murders are happening and the murderer has a name, that'll produce a lot of panic. Unfortunately, no, I have not heard about Skin Saw Man before.
I have an interesting question. Okay, I would ask him if any of the noble, because now I'm really curious, if any of the noble families have done anything to assist the sheriff or assist the people with this recent news, or like, do you think any of them could possibly have the wealth or power to do anything like this?
Wealth or power to commit the murders?
Wealth, or yeah, basically.
Okay.
Like the wealth to maybe hire someone to do it, or the power themselves. Like if there's anything seedy about the noble families.
Well, they're certainly seedy. Quite arrogant.
Prideful?
That's another word. I suppose they could. I guess I could take a few men with me and go ask about it. Maybe it'd be even better to interrogate in a roundabout way about asking the other at each family.
I do think that would be a good idea.
And I would, since it's been a while since we came back to town, if I remember, I would bring up the fact that we made the connection of the sawmill to the Scarnetti family, and that I questioned the head of the Scarnettis. What was his name again? It's in my notes.
Titus.
Titus Scarnetti. That I questioned him, and he seemed rather uncaring about the fact that his workers were murdered.
Right. Well, they own a lot of the capital around here. I'm not surprised that a greedy man would otherwise be undisturbed by a greedy worker's death.
Well, there were two greeds in that sentence. The greed number one, was Scarnetti himself. Number two is an already dead man. So we have two greeds there. I'm saying that out of character.
Yep. Yeah, there was.
I'm not saying that directly to the sheriff. Like, so there are two greeds.
You lied to us.
So
Who's to say people are only defined by a single mortal?
He's also very prideful.
So I would suggest I would definitely double down with the idea of speaking with or rounding up the families to talk to. I would possibly ask the sheriff for maybe extra eyes on the Scarnettis in particular. At least maybe double down on the folks around the sawmill, because that's some seedy business.
We can have some extra eyes on the mill, and we'll see what we can do about the Scarnettis. It's difficult to get Sandpoint Guard up there. They really don't appreciate it. They like having their own guard, but we'll see what we can do.
Okay, I'm playing all sides of the playing field. I'm gonna double down in this, and I'm going to ask the sheriff, and I will bring up that since the meeting with the Scarnettis, I seem to have struck some chord of friendship, and I would ask for official written grant to allow me and my partner Artanis to possibly investigate ourselves from the inside, while the sheriff speaks with the other families, like a solo investigation, as I don't trust them. And I bring this up in good faith to the sheriff, rather than just doing it on my own. I'm asking him. Yeah.
Roll diplomacy.
Okay. My heart, it's beating. I'm gonna get a 2. Okay. Fingers crossed, baby. I knew it.
Oh my god.
I told you. Did I not call it? I mean, I got a 1. I was very close.
Listen, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but this is rather quick, and we'll be able to handle it. Is there anything else you all need? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Y'all are just quiet.
Yeah, I'm still here.
You know what? I think this actually helps the cause. I told him, so he'll have zero clue that I'm actually working with the Scarnettis, because he thinks I'm not working with the Scarnettis. Oh my god, the natural 1 works in my favor. Mafia.
Well, hell, I put a +1 sword in my hand, so...
You gave him an offer he had to refuse.
But by refusing it, it aids us. because now he's going to think that we're not involved with the Spartans. But we are. Genius. Genius plays, dude.
Oh man.
And I only have an 11 intelligence.
This just makes me think of DBZ Abridged. Hey, you! Genius, farmer. Genius.
Never seen.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
So
never
Baylor
cared.
pushes himself up from his seat. I'll get a group of men. We'll head out, investigate them this evening. Well, over the course of this evening, of course. I appreciate the information. I'll see what we can find. And he begins to walk out of his office. And successfully makes it out of his office because no one said anything.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably recommend.
Yeah, I'm leaving too. There's no need to be here anymore.
All right, so you guys back out on Main Street. We may not act on such, but it is about 3:30 right now. So what are the plans for right now?
Well, it seems like we've kind of hit every lead we have.
I mean, we haven't found anything concrete as to the next victim.
Right.
Out of character, I think we should probably just head back to bed. Honestly, I kind of feel like the next step in this is
Tonight.
something happening tonight.
I have my own plans, and that do involve me and Artanis being in our back would be in by ourselves.
Okay, great. So between 3:30 and 11 p.m., 10, 11 p.m., any special plans? Any strolls across town or visit?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna whisper you something.
Let's go.
Whispers in the night.
Whispers. Let's do a sneak.
And then they gotta be alone together.
Dun, dun, dun. Hate it when people plot without me. It's rude.
Don't get the wrong idea. This is how I feel.
Drug along. Anyone else doing anything besides Artanis and Dedrin?
I would like to meditate and see if I can get any sort of direction from the gods. See if they'll point me in a direction somewhere.
He's oracling it up.
Okay, I guess make a charisma check.
Ooh.
Charisma, yeah. 12. God damn it.
Okay.
Charisma.
Dedrin, you do your thing. 12. Okay. Unfortunately, as you are meditating, you are unable to get a strong connection or even any direction. You know that your god is there, but perhaps their attention is elsewhere.
Reach out to the many hands and no one grasps back. Right.
Suppose Vare's gonna have a couple of helpings of boar, and then just chill out since we're probably gonna be doing something this evening.
Sure. So it makes it to evening. Dedrin does his thing.
Yeah, there's a second part to that.
Okay.
Me and I let Artanis know what I'm doing, and
Mhm.
me and him are gonna take a stroll
Mm-hmm.
down a certain road.
Mm-hmm. A certain Schooner Gulch Road for the listeners at home.
Yeah, a certain road, and then when we're close enough, if Artanis is willing and offering,
Yep.
I'm gonna give the letter to his familiar and have the familiar drop it off to the Scarnetties.
Yep.
Goddamn.
Okay. Got it.
Ah well.
And then we come back.
Okay. Yep. And then it becomes evening. And rocks fall, you all die.
Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It's true. It's true.
The
You
Scarnetties
are
rock droppers. All of them.
you are aware that this investigation is going on. You can, especially you, Artanis, you can hear occasional bits of shouting across the harbor. Not like active attacking, but just like pushback against harassment or such. There's investigation going on. People that high up don't like being questioned. And I suppose you will have to wait for tomorrow morning to figure out what any of them said. And as you all go to sleep, I am to provide you, because you will successfully make your long rest, with 1,214 XP.
Wow, level up time.
1,214.
1,214. Which should
1,000.
get...
214.
I don't know if it'll get you, Artanis and Dedrin, but it will absolutely get everyone else.
No,
So that'll
we
be
are very close.
3 level 5s, and unfortunately 2 level 4s.
That
We
number
are-
again was 1,000.
214.
1,214.
If me and Artanis are the same XP, we should both have 9614.
That's what I have.
And yes.
Great. So, level up stuff. Before we end tonight's session, I will have the 3 of you roll HP. So, like before, roll once, then either keep it, take the average for the level, or roll again.
Okay.
And fighters are a D10, correct?
I believe so.
Believe I am a D. Yeah, D.
5. Not too shabby.
Come on. I've been tanky this whole time. Let's do it again. Yes! God,
Nice.
this is stupid.
That's probably. What is it? D8 for Rogue?
Yeah. Looks like you rolled a...
You
You rolled a 3, and then you rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
I was looking at the wrong thing when I clicked the thing. So.
Yeah, con every level.
Yeah, so I still get 8 hit points.
And did I hear we got a long rest?
Yes. Long rest. All
Okay.
spells, all, some conditions, all HP. No, not all HP. That's 5e. Your level plus con in HP. So if you'd like to spend a channel positive energy next to Karzarath, you can.
Sure. Yeah, I would just go through all my spells and get us healed up before we went to bed.
Okay. That's fine. Okay. That being said, let's bring us back here for a hopefully eventful. See what happens up with the 4 major families. If anything else will happen over the night. And we'll see you all next time. Not next week,
Correct.
but
Not
in 2
next
weeks.
week. In 2 weeks.
Because
My
I
sneak attack-
refuse to do weekly.
So my sneak attack has gone up to 3d6.
Nice. Right. Great game as always. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. But for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye,
YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone. That'd be the end. Yeah, I would have filled us both up to max before we went to sleep. And then it's either an additional rank equal to your intelligence modifier, or 1 plus your intelligence modifier, or HP increase. Is that right? When you level up.